Welcome to reacting to the world's most unequal city. Explained. I actually have no idea which city it is. If you have an idea, you can literally straight up still literally like maybe tell me in the comments section what you think it is. But like let's find out which one it actually is, and let's find out why it's like so unequal. Because this image here is very striking, honestly.
The image that you're seeing is completely real. On the left is one of the world's largest slums, accounting for over 1 million people that
Is this like the favelas of Brazil? Maybe? Maybe not.
live on less than $100 a month. On the right, you have India's elite, home to
Oh, so this is India. So, okay, let's have a guess. Delhi? Or Mumbai, maybe?
politicians, celebrities, and even India's richest family, all separated by this sliver of land that's just a
That is actually crazy. Look at this. You have literally a swimming pool over here, right? And this looks this literally looks straight out of what do you call it? Straight out of Hitman, the game, you know. It literally doesn't remind me of that. And there's one mission in India as well. Okay.
10-minute walk away. This is Mumbai,
Mumbai. Let's go.
India, specifically a place called Dharavi, and this is how the world's worst economically
I actually think the Hitman mission was also in Mumbai.
divided city came to be. Dharavi, it's a slum in Mumbai, India, and it's considered to be the
I like that this guy is like Mumbai and I'm like Mumbai, you know? I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Maybe it's because like, I don't know. But maybe a British thing or something.
biggest in all of Asia. It's also one of the densest in the world.
Yeah?
In fact, the entire size of the slum is only about 1 square miles large, while its population is estimated at over 1 million people.
That is actually crazy. Like, can you imagine 1 million people living in that tiny bit of land? Bro.
That means the entire residents of this slum could fit into a place as big as Central Park in New York with room to spare. This place is also extremely poor. It's no secret that India itself has a fairly low quality of life. But here, the average income of those in Dharavi is 10,000 rupees per month, which translates to about $4 a day.
That's actually scary. $4 a day. I heard about $1 an hour. That was in Indonesia, I believe. In sweatshops, $1 an hour. But $4 a day is actually another way of like thinking about crazy numbers, you know?
For those in Dharavi is often carried in low light and toxic rooms with no ventilation. Many people here work with chemicals that are dangerous to be around for long. Due to the low wages and extreme density, the living conditions of the slum are also abysmal. There's little to no sewage systems, sanitation, or even clean water. In fact, it's very common that
Actually, by the way, with my statement of $1 an hour in Indonesian sweatshops, can someone actually fact check me? If like anybody is listening, because I'm actually not sure if that was actually correct.
sewage will flood the homes whenever there's a storm that
Bro, sewage, oh no. Like, I feel so bad for those people now. Like, okay. I literally lived near a place, near like houses that like got flooded from a river. So I can understand. Also, my house was nearly flooded by a river, so like getting flooded by a sewage, that's like much worse than the river, but that's like very bad, honestly, when you think about it. It's also very smelly. Oh, thinking about it is like, ugh.
comes through. The people here are delegated to the most dangerous and back-breaking work, all for essentially nothing. Now, if you zoom out of Dharavi and go a few miles over, you meet a very different reality. Altamont Road, or commonly called the Billionaire Miners Road of India. This area is only about a 20-minute drive away from the slums and yet houses the richest people of all of India. Famously, the Ambani family resides here as well, inside their $2 billion house, the most.
This thing looks crazy. Wait, isn't this thing also in Hitman? Or am I mistaking it for another building?
Expensive private residence in the world. The community is the quote-unquote Beverly Hills of India, if you could call it that. Famous politicians, celebrities, and business owners live here as well. The community has a very distinct and different look compared to the rest of its surroundings. The roads are new.
I mean, yeah, it looks very European. Like, look at this building. This building straight out of like Europe or like Las Vegas, basically. Everything looking very fancy. Literally looks like this place looks like you know when you have like movies, Bollywood movies. This is like what I'm thinking of when I see like when I think Bollywood movies, pretty much. You know, especially like about rich people. You know.
The streets are clean and organized. It's insane to think that the same ones driving their Lamborghinis around town are passing by literally an entire mini-city that can barely afford to live. So just how did it end up this way? Well, Dharavi's origins go way back. In the 18th century, the area was empty and just a mangrove swamp on the edge of the islands that became Mumbai. Back then, the city was called Bombay and was the center for
Bombay.
first major.
I remember this name. I don't know if it's like, I think I remember it from history class.
Industry that came to India. It was considered India's first city, which sounds great on paper, but the reality was much less pretty. Due to the density and growth of industry, disease and other plagues were prevalent during the times. It was commonly thought at the time that disease was brought by bad smells. So they decided to push out the common industries thought to be behind the disease to the edge of the city. Of these industries were the leather, pottery, and textile industry.
Textile, pottery, not really. Leather industry, maybe.
This new informal town was called Dharavi, which literally translates to loose mud, showing you just how much the original city planners thought of this land. However, for workers around India, it was seen as a
wait, I had to move my chair. Okay, let's continue. I shouldn't have paused.
All over the country began migrating there for work. Thanks to the informal nature of the place, it grew organically, forming into a tight network of shacks with narrow alleyways and factories mixed in. As the world advanced with modern roads, plumbing, and electricity, this place fell behind. But all of that.
I mean, yeah, I can imagine that. Honestly, I wonder like how electricity works in those places. It's probably very scary. Also, like I wonder where the factory. I can see one factory potentially building, or one building that was probably factory at one point.
That was over a century ago. So why is it still around today? Well, it's because this place isn't just a residential slum. It's also a global manufacturing hub. As crazy as it seems, Dharavi has an annual economic turnover of $1 billion. The new key industry they have is actually recycling. Mumbai.
That is interesting. That is very interesting, honestly, when you think about like the whole economy of recycling.
Heavily relies on this slum to recycle and manage much of the city's waste. Mumbai, being one of India's biggest cities and financial capital, means there's
so they turned population of 1 million into a recycling center. I mean, business is business, but I don't think turning 1 million people that could potentially do many other things into a recycling center is a good thing. But you gotta do what you gotta do. That's how India works, you know?
There's a lot of recycling to be done. So if the slums went away tomorrow, the city's waste and recycling management would essentially collapse. This means that doing away with the slums isn't so simple. What originally was just a land that was meant for unwanted industry in the outskirts of town ended up becoming extremely useful. And as Mumbai itself grew, it came closer and closer to Dharavi, until now, where Dharavi is now considered to be in the center of the city itself, which is why you can see images like these, where the slums and the financial districts meet, a truly incredible and somewhat dystopian imagery, a divide between the secure and the unsecure, between worrying about your next mansion and worrying about clean water. As Mumbai continues to grow,
honestly, like, when you think about it, it's so crazy. Like, it's also very depressing in a way. Like, it's very, like, getting born anywhere is basically RNG. And literally, anybody of us here right now watching YouTube could have been born there and probably wouldn't have an... Maybe there are people there that do have an iPhone. I don't know. Or, like, just a regular smartphone, you know? Maybe not an iPhone, just regular smartphone, you know? I mean, they're recycling things, so they probably do get to recycle electronics as well. So maybe they get phones from that. Who knows? But yeah, like, you like, going back to the RNG thing, right? Right. Anybody of us here watching this video, or anybody that watched the video that I'm watching right now, could have been born there. Could have literally been doing recycling since the age of like 5, maybe. You know, like. When you think about it that way, I feel bad for those people, because, like, they probably have dreams. They have so much potential. They are literally living next to, like, the bourgeoisie of India, literally, right? So they could be seeing all of those, like, rich, fancy people with their rich, fancy cars, rich, fancy mansions, suits, and such, right? And they would be, like, thinking, bro, my life is dead as shit. I like... Look at that motherfucker, he's having greatest life ever. And look at me here, I'm fucked. Like, when you think about it that way, it's like so depressing as well. Because you can see literally the other world, literally the world that is like beyond whatever the hell you have right now is literally like next to you. And you can, like, looking at it from the screen, literally, like, you know, looking at like the rich people, rich things, right, for like luxury and stuff, from your, you know, your phone or like computer monitor, you know, right, whatever, right, feels different than when you actually witness it yourself on like daily, you know?
And expand, there's now a new pressure that's brewing. Dharavi's land that was once unwanted and thought to be worthless is now worth billions. Developers are eyeing down the land, but there's an obvious problem: the people that live there. It isn't exactly possible to relocate over 1 million people, not to mention the obvious...
I mean, it is possible. It's not ethical, but it's possible.
...political pushbacks. Which is why there's a growing push to instead redevelop Dharavi, to instead preserve and improve it. Over the years, there's been a lot of talk and few attempts to fix the slums. Recently, a new project has been announced. Led by the Adani Group, the new development project is a planned $4 billion to modernize Dharavi. The biggest concern with development has always been about the residents, but this new Dharavi would award a free apartment to any resident that could prove they lived there before the year 2000.
Why the year 2000? That is suspicious.
Project wants to bring in green spaces, access to metro lines, and instead of doing away with the existing manufacturing hub, wants to incorporate it into this new Dharavi. Still,
actually, I think I know why. In places like this, documents get lost very easily. So they could literally probably kick out like half, maybe three-fourths of the population that already lives there. Yeah. So maybe that's like the whole thing. Also, like the date of like the year 2000, right? It's probably because, like, you know, whenever you have like children there, they have the documentation probably. The adults, on the other hand, probably lost it at some point because documents magically disappear, you know. That's something that does happen in, like, whenever you are in, like, one of those types of areas, you know. Whenever you are in, like, you know, slums and favelas, pretty much, you know.
that leaves many tens of thousands of people that moved after the 2000s in an awkward position as they're left unsure about their place in this new future. Construction has already begun in small phases and has a deadline of 2032. As the first towers begin to rise on the edge of the Mithi River, the question remains: can you modernize a place like Dharavi without erasing the very spirit that made it a billion-dollar economy? In 2032, we will have our answer. But for the million people who call this loose mud home, the stakes are much higher than real estate. It's a battle for their right to remain at the heart of the city they helped build.
I mean, that's very interesting. I didn't think he would go into like the fact that they want to redevelop the land. I mean, I could easily imagine the land being like, you know, actually being worth something, because like you have all of those rich areas literally nearby, right? So like, you know, easy expansion into this land would be like great. But like, you know, what should I say? It's very interesting how you literally have like this sort of situation happen. I wonder how the British managed to do that, because I'm pretty confident Indians didn't manage to do that. I mean, they're there, but like the British literally created the city, or well, developed the city pretty much until like certain point, you know. It's interesting. But yeah, honestly, the video very educational. I had no idea about like Mumbai having this whole thing, right? I literally had like no idea. So I did learn quite a bit. Also, I find funny how I tend to like, I enjoy watching videos of like cities and countries and places, right? I quite enjoy like the geography and human geography, well, human geography especially, because you do to have like a lot of things you can learn about. Like, I never knew that this sort of thing exists. I mean, like, you can easily imagine slums in India, right? But like you learn about like, you know, that there's like a recycling industry. There's literally next to like literally the economic street, and literally next to like literally 20 minutes away from bloody richest place in India, pretty much, right? So yeah, crazy stuff, you know. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, you can leave a like, comment down below. You can literally check out this video that I've just watched without me yapping in the description. And if you're down there, you can also like, you know, say something nice. You know, tell me something nice. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you another time, and goodbye.